Welcome back to Henry's Garage. In this episode I do a bunch of odd jobs, some more worthwhile than others, but I do get the track rod end replaced and on the car, and I drive it out of the garage and then back in. So things are progressing, if slowly, and do let me know what you're thinking. And I can only say, I've said it before, I'll say it again: if you like, if you subscribe, if you leave a comment, if that makes me feel like going on. And there are times when I'm just like, oh, I just cannot face, I'm just so disappointed with the work I've done. Sometimes your comments help, and sometimes actually just going back and looking at what I've done makes me think, well, actually, for a complete amateur, pretty much a novice, you've not done badly. I look at it, I think I could have done a lot better, but yeah. So anyway, oh, what a waffle. Do watch, enjoy, and if you feel like leaving a comment, do so. Thanks. Ta-ra. Okay, so on the last couple of days I've been kind of just doing things. So I managed to get, when I got my wheels, I also got the door. I didn't have a lock. I've tried changing the lock from this to my original, but my original doesn't have the inset screws in it any longer. So I'm going to have to paint that, but I've got that in place. I put in my 2 seats and seat belts, so they are there. I've tidied up the wiring underneath here. The bonnet and the bonnet stay are on, as you can see there. I've also, I don't know if I can get down to it, but under here the accelerator cable is going, and I haven't tested it yet, but I have connected it up underneath, and I won't show you that, but I'll show you that I've also put on the prop shaft protector, and over there I've wrapped the exhaust, and that just needs tidying up with some exhaust strap. And the reason for that is I don't actually have any I don't have the original protector, and so I'm going to use that instead. So it's quite a lot of work, in fact, even though I've only covered it in a minute and a half, but there we are. I've had a few things arrive in the post. So these are fine threaded M12s, which I'm going to use on my struts, where I don't have a hole for a cotter pin, so I'll use these instead. I have a new track rod end with a screw that's going on it. These are bump stops, or I guess that, I'm not sure what they're called, but they're for the bonnet. And then I've got a bunch of fuel cable clips, fuel line clips, to hold everything in place. So we're going to do a bit of that stuff. Alright, so I've changed the track rod arm. You can see I've got an incy-wincy bit of toe in, less than half a degree. So we're going to call that good. I'm going to tighten those up. Right, I'm having real trouble with the fuel line clips. They keep breaking on me. And in order to trying to move it about a bit and adjust it, I managed to put too much pressure on the fuel filter and break it. So I'm going to look for some clips, fuel line clips, which I can basically use a self-tapping screw to go into the metalwork and then clip on like that. There must be something like that. Well, anyway, I'm going to look for something different because I don't like this. Yeah. Okay, the plan for today had been to just, having got the fuel pipe done, take the car out onto the driveway there. I'm going to do that anyway. So what I've done is I've removed the fuel pump. No, not the fuel pump, the filter altogether. The pump itself has a filter on it. So until I get a new one, that should be okay. We've got the wheel back on. We'll lower the car down and then we'll give it a go. Ta-da! Okay, well after that very long drive, I know I need to bleed my brakes again. I knew I hadn't done it very well, but a bit surprising. Okay, so it moves under its own steam. Cool. Good. Okay, so I think the next thing is to have a discussion about what I'm going to do about that engine and the leaking oil. Fact of the matter is, I can't do anything at the moment or in the short term. My hoist and engine stand are both up in Scotland. I think I have probably got a bad seal on the crankshaft, and having seen it here, I'm worried that I've done it to the other car as well. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, although I'll probably try it before I take it apart and try to fix that. For this car, I could try adding, you know, some of these oil sealant things, but really I can't see, I mean, they're not meant to be very good anyway, and they're meant to be to, you know, bring flexibility back to old seals. These seals are new. Now they have been sat around for a couple of years, 18 months, 2 years in the car, without the car moving, so I guess we could have lost something there, but you know, I'm not sure that that would even be considered a moderate leak. I think it's probably a major leak, and therefore it wouldn't be much good. Still, I don't know, I haven't quite decided. What I have decided is it's not going to happen in the short term. In the short term, I'm going to drive around with 5 litres of oil and keep it topped up. So that's when I start driving it, obviously. So that's where we are with the oil and the leaking engine. Okay, so that's it for this episode. Bit frustrating about the fuel line clips. I struggle with the brake ones as well, because what's meant to happen is, you know, you fix it in and then you push it and it slots into the hole in there. Let me find one. There we go. So the way they're meant to work, I believe, is you drill out, where's the thing? You drill out a hole for this, it goes in like that, you put the pipe on and then you push this in and that stem will snap and go inside here and give a good hard seal. My experience is they just snap. I'm having all kinds of trouble with them, and I had the same with the brake. So unless there's some particular trick to doing it, which I've completely missed, so I'm going to try to find something else. So that was a bit disappointing, a bit frustrating, and it kind of feels like nothing's happening, but it is. It's just some of this stuff takes a really long time to do. At least I got the alignment sorted out now. I've got those tightened up, and so, you know, from that point of view, mechanically, suspension wise, we should be there. Suspension steering wise. So in the next episode, I'm going to start doing some work on carpeting. Obviously I need to at some point get my windshield, but I'm not quite ready for that yet, for kind of in myself. So I'm going to work on some carpeting and things like that, and I'm also going to start looking through all the bits I've still lying around, to work out where they go. So for example, up here somewhere, for example, I have these, which are not marked in it. Oh, hang on, no, I know what those are now. Those are nothing to do with the car, I've just realised what they are. I've been wondering where they fitted. Right, good, that's one thing down. So I'm going to look at some of the bits that I've still got and look at where they go and clean them up. For example, there we go, some wipers. Now I don't want to put those on until I've got a windscreen, but you know, it would be good to know. I don't think I have nuts on here. Yeah, so I probably need to buy a couple of nuts because I haven't got nuts on there, and that probably means I also need to buy. No, the nuts are already on there. Ignore me. I don't need nuts, but I probably need the washers, stroke seals, or whatever they are, that go in between here. Oh, they're on the car as well. Okay, so I just need to paint them up and make them look nice. I have a bunch of stuff up here. And so those are some of the bits for the front here. And they need tidying up. And I think they're also for the doors and things like that. So I just need to go through and see what I want to paint and what I don't want to paint, and tidy it up and do a bit of carpeting and stuff like that, and I'll then see where I am. So yeah, thanks for watching. Oh god, that was an awfully long outro, and like, subscribe and come back next time. Ciao for now.